the Chiefs and the Patriots. This is what we saw coming, getting in here. This was an old school, new school matchup with the quarterbacks. This was the hottest young quarterback in football, most likely MVP candidate against Tom Brady, who's the GOAT, and Bill Belichick coming in. Now, the Patriots came at this game a little bit old school, Guru. What did you see in this one?
Dude, I loved it. This is what I love Cheerio season, man.
Right.
I love X's and O's season, especially Belichick. He's a genius. And we've been following it all throughout this season, all throughout. And I've been telling you about the data collection. You think the Guru is just doing his Guru-isms. And I remember this game specifically because he was so odd to me.
Right.
It was so odd because I'm like.
The first matchup is what you're talking about between the Pats and the Chiefs.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, dude, Belichick played a cover 3. Like he was Pete Carroll or something. I'm like, he don't freaking do a cover freaking 3, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. Exactly. But I
got you.
Just part of the coaching situation, but also they did what they did from the entire playoff, man. And my boy, Josh McDaniels, brought out this straight up 21 personnel, straight up. He brought down my man fullback. He's becoming my man of the playoff, man. The hung-sung hero, man. My man James Devlin. My man James Devlin he was serving pancakes straight up all playoff long, man. Like he worked for freaking IHOP, man. I'm talking about he was serving pancakes to every freaking linebackers, DB. And I'm telling you, every freaking running touchdown the New England Patriots had the entire playoff was going behind number 46, James freaking Devlin. Every single running touchdown. And did you see every game, Sonny Michel, they got over 100-yard rushing. Yeah,
Sonny Michel got 113 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Which, by the way,
the game before that, he got like 120-something with a couple of touchdowns.
And I got to tell you
about that,
he was not this good during the season.
James Devlin.
He was on my fantasy team. I wish James Devlin had stepped up a little bit earlier.
No, they didn't. He's a
Lestro's team would have done a little better.
They saved him.
Bill, help a brother out.
Bill wasn't worried about your fantasy.
I know, and that's the problem.
His reality. That's what he was worried about.
And that is the problem,
He's like,
Guru.
I'm going to save James Devlin because you know what? It's kind of funny, right?
And that's why he'll never work for the Argonauts.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Most of the teams, all of those teams, like the Rams, the Saints, the freaking the Chiefs, they all basically just use 11 personnel. They don't have a fullback. They don't even use their fullback. They might not even have a fullback in their roster, man. You know, they might use an extra tight end or so. But the Patriots, because the Chiefs did the same thing the Chargers tried to do. The Chiefs tried to get 3 defensive linemen. Mm-hmm. So then the Patriots counter with that straight up I formation, man. Let's roll up the sleeves. I'm going to just pound you to submission, But then that's what Bob Sutton, the D coordinator, adjusted in the second half. That's why he slowed them. He brought in an extra defensive lineman now. So that's why they stuck them kind of in their running game, and that's when Brady got it picked up with the passing game. But every time Brady saw them in 3 down linemen, every single time, number 46 coming that game, brother, and you see Gronk motion, you know what it is. It's an outside lead play. Old school, high school. I'm talking about the Guru's been going against that since high school, man. See, taking on the fullback, the running back is coming after that.
Yeah.
That's what you learn from 8 years old. He didn't get cute. He didn't get innovative like this, quarterback whisperer. No, he utilized his fullback to straight run to the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's cute.
Just straight up old school power football.
Dude,
he got the GOAT back there.
Did you see the last touchdown in the overtime?
Just the run. Yeah, straight. Yeah.
Did you see? Does anybody touch him?
No.
Did you? You probably didn't see why.
I imagine it was Devlin.
Devlin was serving pancakes. I'm
Pancakes.
talking about he was straight hot cakes serving pancakes, man, all day. The crazy thing, you saw the pick they threw, and when Brady threw that pick, because Devlin was trying to serve pancake, but Belichick tried to be cute.
Right.
He was like, hold up, man. Devlin's like, you know what? Dude, it's pancake season.
Well, Brady still got out of there with 348 yards. That was not a bad day for Brady. So this game was another one this was like trading blows back and forth. And in the beginning, they were landing, but there wasn't a lot of scoring in the first half. The Patriots went to halftime with a 14-0 lead. Even through the third, we get through the third quarter, it's only 17-7, and then just all hell breaks loose in the fourth. And Mahomes starts to figure it out. Andy Reid starts to get a read on what Belichick's doing with his defense, starts calling the right plays, and the Chiefs start coming back. And this was impressive to watch. I thought, there's another one where I thought the fix was in somewhere in the second, but I was like, I don't want to say that. The Chiefs are going to beat this anyway. It gets down to it. Once again, Guru, we get down to near the end of the game, and a penalty costs the Chiefs a huge play, gives the Patriots another chance, and they capitalize. Still, again, doesn't matter. Chiefs get the ball back. Mahomes bring it all the way down. But the problem is that they leave Brady 2 minutes on the clock. And everybody everywhere went, that's too much time, Andy. What are you doing?
So Andy was in a catch-22.
Yeah. So then the Brady takes it all the way back down. They score, right, to tie the game up, and it's coming back down. No, to go ahead, and it's coming back down the field the other way. And I'm watching. They're out of timeouts at one point, and I'm like, all right, here's the penalty's got it, and here's where Andy Reid blowing timeouts early is going to cost this game. Didn't. They got to the overtime, and
Mahomes shows why Andy never had a guy like him before, right?
Right, exactly. Mahomes makes it happen. They get that. They tie it up to send it to overtime. The coin flip goes to New England, and that was it, man. We didn't see Mahomes again. This was one of those sidelined. The way to beat them was to not let them get the ball, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This kind of reminds me, it's so weird, dude. It's so weird. The way that what Patriots did, if you got to go back in the film, go back to how they played versus the St. Louis Rams in the first Super Bowl.
We're going to talk about that because this is a bookend now with the Rams. This goes all the way back.
It's so funny what Belichick did. You know what I mean? With that same game plan is what he utilized to go against an offense like that because he was a similar offense. But he basically doubled
high flying. That was the fastest team on turf.
Exactly.
What they called them?
The greatest show on
the greatest show on turf. That was it.
Exactly. So Belichick took the cheater out the game. He double-teamed him, obviously. What you would do, take his ass out the game. So now Mahomes likes that big-time play. So you take those big-time play out of him, and now you play, let's play ball, baby. Let's play ball. And we're going to play coverage underneath. We're going to play, in the other side, we're going to play coverage. We're going to double-team cheater, and we're going to play coverage under everybody else. Cheetah, and they didn't respect nobody else.
One pass. He got one pass in this game. That is a major gap in the Chiefs' offense that just wasn't there. That was taken away. It's not that it wasn't there. It was taken away.
Taken away.
In pure Belichick fashion.
And Kelsey probably had one of his worst games of his career.
Yeah, I heard somebody say earlier that somewhere that Belichick is the kind of guy who doesn't look at what you're bad at and exploit it. He looks at what you're good at and goes the other way. And that is what he did. He took away what you're good at. They always take that away. This week it was the cheetah.
Always.
So then on this one, this was another one where I thought the refs got a little iffy. There was a roughing the passer call that brought it back. I know we're always going to talk about it. We got to bring the conspiracy, keep it alive because fuck the Patriots. But the truth of the matter is, like everybody in the country, when it was 2 minutes and 7 seconds left and they got the ball back, everybody in the country who's ever watched a football game went, oh shit, that's too much time. And I realized then, not only watching him come back and win the game and do all that,
so
Brady is the GOAT. And that's
before you continue that. When you said that statement you just said, everybody in the country knew, oh my God, that alone just made you the GOAT.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's because we've had this discussion. We've had this discussion all the time, and I've always said Joe Montana. I've always said Joe Montana's a GOAT. I know that I know that Brady's got the numbers. I know those things. I think Joe Montana's a GOAT, and I think for me now what it's come down to is if I need one guy to throw one pass, I want Joe, but.
One drive?
Yeah, if I got 2 minutes left, I want the ball in Tom Brady's hands. I know the Eagles beat him last year, and that's incredible, and he couldn't do it. But the fact of the matter is that that pass almost got it last year in the Super Bowl. You give Brady any time, he's going to make you pay. And he did again. How do they keep doing this, Guru? Is he just the GOAT?
He's just the GOAT.
Just the GOAT.
There's nothing.
I hate
The
it.
thing is, there's nothing he hasn't seen defensively. You could be cute in the beginning, but once he figured it out, there's absolutely nothing you could do. And one key thing you got to realize too, man, like just to add just a little footnote, just about the personnel with the Patriots, man. The whole the way they draft, the way they recruit, the way they do all that is kind of unique and different because intellect plays a big role as far as that. Intellect plays a key role. You look at their roster, man, as far as their starters, their entire offensive line, all of them are seniors. They were seniors that graduated college. You know, I'm not sure if I didn't go as far as the research, but they were 4-year to 5-year
players.
guys.
Okay, let's
4-year guys,
okay.
4-year to 5-year guys.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what those guys were all were. So that shows me, you know, and the only person that wasn't in the starting lineup, it was Gronk. Gronk came out early as a junior throughout for injury purposes, but Gronk is the only significant starter. Hogan, Edelman, Brady, everyone is a senior. Burkhead, James White. The reason why I say that is for two reasons. One, when you're in school that long, you go through a little bit of challenges. You go through obstacles, right? So that shows you how you know how to persevere and you know how to survive through obstacles. So that's huge as far as that. And also, you go through what makes you know schemes. So now you become kind of flexible. You can pick up. You know how to pick up plays a little bit quicker. So now
seen a lot more of them.
Patriots could change week to week because they have the players, they have the mental capabilities now because of the players they have to be able to really use the type of playbook and skill sets like Josh McDaniels could do and be versatile. That's why you could bring a James Devlin. You know, you never see them come in with the fullback personnel. Now all of a sudden, boom, in 2 weeks, that's all they use. You know, because they have that type of intellect and that type of mental capability because that's how they scout and that's how they draft. And and one last thing, and the quarterback position, Bill Belichick only draft 4-year guys at quarterback. He don't get no underclassmen, only 4-year guys at quarterback.
Well, I always say that even a 4 years at college, you get a degree. People are looking for a college degree. It doesn't matter what your degree's in. They just want to see that you can complete the program. They want to see that you can go through it, and I imagine it's similar. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this when you're talking about intellect guys, but speaking of players, Gronk, you mentioned him, showed back up. We haven't seen a lot of Gronk this year. He's been missing. He's been hurt. The playoffs, he hasn't. Last week he had 1 reception for 25 yards. This week he had 79 yards, 6 receptions, including a big one where he had to go up and get it to keep the drive alive. And if he's going to be back for the Super Bowl in 2 weeks, looking like he did this week and not like he did last week, that's going to be trouble.
No, the crazy thing is, Gronk has been looking amazing. It's not about the reception. Gronk has been the
blocking.
best blocking, freaking tight end. Him and James Devlin. Like I'm talking about, is Gronk coming in motion and they're using that same wham play to the right or to the left, whichever. That's what they use. Right behind Gronk and James freaking Devlin, bro. Amazing. Gronk has been way better than people are looking at because they're looking at the analytics, the numbers. But his numbers is sacrificed because Sony Michel's getting 113 yards. So that's, because of Gronk's blocking and James Devlin. So he's doing way more, which gives the possession, which helps the team longer because Mahomes now is on the sideline.
Right.
So it's
once again, don't give him the ball.
Exactly.
Gonna win the game.
It's just the eye on the sky, man. It's just it's just the domino effects of what happens.
All right, so Guru, we are running out of time here in the first segment. We've gone a little bit long talking about these games because we've gone into overtime on these games, if you will, because they were good games. But let's take
check.
Overtime?
Yeah, send that check. Word of Sports, send that check.